Welcome back to the Warzone, and there's only 2 spots left in the semi-finals that need filling. And one of the machines in today's heat will take up that spot, leaving only 1 remaining. So let's check out the battle board and see who's bashing who. Kicking things off will be 4th seeds Chaos 2 against the 2 newcomers, Destructotron and Jabberwocky. Whale against Really Big Cheese and the Steel Avenger, all newcomers. And then 21st seeds Volcano Alert against New Boys, 101 and Major Damage. Chaos 2 Flipper. The 4th seed for the competition after doing very well last year before Tsunami threw them out. The CO2 Flipper is still as strong as it was before, as well as nippy as last year, but the size makes it easily shuntable and the ground clearance makes for quite an issue, as well as the limited gas supply. Destructotron Axebot. Full-on weapons overboard this. 2-wheel drive, 2 front spikes, a scoop, an axe, 2 side spike panels, and a rear circular saw. Definitely provides a lot of defense and protection for the machine against attacks, but the ground clearance is quite high and can be taken advantage of, as seen in the World Championships against Chaos 2 in the semis. Jabberwocky Flipper. A weirdly built robot, but not a less unique one. A front flipper and saw blade for the main weapon. That's not the unique thing though. It's the 3-wheel drive setup with 2 wheels covered and protected under the body shell, and the big wheel that's exposed and out in the open. Wonder how that's going to affect the drive.
Roboteers, stand by.
Chaos 2 with the flipper formidable and seed number 4. Destructotron with literally every single weapon under the sun. And Jabberwocky with the circular saws, the CO2 flipper, and the pure drive system.
2, 1.
So how will this go? Well, that's how I thought it would go for Destructotron. 1 flip and up and over, and that is them in trouble. And Jabberwocky now being flipped by Chaos 2. Chaos 2 now underneath Jabberwocky and a single flip, and that's it. That's Jabberwocky into the Bronze Rumble at the arena. And now Chaos 2 to focus their time on Destructotron, who are trying to get back onto the wheels, I think, to do some damage. They're firing their axe for no real reason. They had the exact same problem in the first World Championships, don't forget. And Chaos 2 didn't exactly struggle. The ground clearance on the Destructotron extremely high. Chaos 2 throwing them over again, trying to get them out the arena, but to no avail. Wrong angle, and also hitting the angle grinder also isn't going to help. Down goes the pit. The pit release button has been pressed. So maybe Chaos 2's realized that getting Destructotron out of the arena won't work. They'll have to settle for throwing them into the pit and do so. And Chaos 2 falls too. And oh, great use of the flipper there to get away from the pit. Well done, Chaos 2. That was very well played. For Destructotron, they're into the Silver Rumble. Meanwhile, the 4th seeds, Chaos 2, once again, into the gold. Almost like it was written on the cards, that one, but hey, Chaos 2, they're through. Jabberwocky, bronze, sadly. Next up, Whale, Really Big Cheese, and Steel Avenger. Whale Flipper. Our first Libyan competitor, Whale enters Robot Wars with a CO2 gas-powered flipper equipped to a box made from 3mm aluminium with 2 small wheels for the drive. It's not overly heavy compared to most of the competition, meaning flipping it over isn't going to be difficult, even if they can self-right, and the small wheels are also exposed. Although, they're also small, so may be harder to hit. Really Big Cheese Flipper. We've had many flippers into the series, but this one is without a doubt the biggest in the competition. The flipper and wheels are both made from welded titanium, with the flipper holding enough power to throw a mini Metro, which weighs 600 kilograms. So that's some serious power in the flipper, but the exposed wheels might prove to be a problem for Roger Plants and his machine. The Steel Avenger Axebot. A nippy machine with a body shell consisting of aluminium, stainless steel, and polycarbonate, and carrying a spiked axe to penetrate through the armors of its competitors. The fast drive will help it catch up to the opposition, but the high ground clearance could be taken advantage of, and I don't know if they can self-right or not.
Roboteers, stand by.
Whale, the Libyan machine with the CO2-powered flipper, Wheelie Big Cheese with the gigantic CO2-powered flipper, and the Steel Avenger with the axe.
3, 2, 1.
Very interesting to see, well, Wheelie Big Cheese already up and over, but look at how powerful their flipper is. Meanwhile, Steel Avenger on the attack on Whale, and they're both up and over now. The split's been released. I think Whale nearly threw themselves out the arena. Steel Avenger trying to right themselves. Whale, I think there's a drive problem. They've not moved the entire fight. Steel Avenger in the pit. You can fire your axe as much as you want. You're not coming out of it. Whale, about to be counted out, and they counted out. They are gone, and it is Wheelie Big Cheese through to the Gold Rumble. However, being told that because Libya hadn't moved the entire fight, they will instead go into the Bronze Rumble with the Steel Avenger moving into this silver. The flipper works, but there's no drive. They'll have to fix down in the pits. That's a real shame because Whale looked like a pretty interesting design. I would like to see it do better. Next up, Volcano Alert 101 and Major Damage. Volcano Alert Flipper. Returning from the last wars, wanting to do better than last time, the front flipper and sides make getting underneath extremely tricky with how low they are and can use the rear as a plow to push machines back, but there's a limited gas supply, and let's hope they're able to have more flips this time. 101 Rambot. The cheapest machine in the competition, a £1 1 pence with one of the most sophisticated weapons here, armed with a CO2-powered ram triggered by a front sensor whenever someone gets too close. Armored with a hardened steel outer shell to make it able to withstand hits and attacks, but the vulnerable tracks make it quite susceptible and an easy target. Major Damage Axebot. A tank thought to have been lost in the arts of war with its skeletal commander popping out to see the enemy. The 6-wheel drive offer very quick attacks in combination with the wedge lip and spiked axe, with the only issue being that there's no stream mech and it's very easy to topple over.
Robot ears, stand by.
Volcano Alert with the CO2 powered flipper, 101 with the CO2 powered ram, and Major Damage with the spiked axe.
3, 2, 1.
And don't forget, they were fairly impressive in the First World Championships, and they're showing it now by ramming and attacking Volcano Alert, who responds with a CO2-powered flip of their own. Now Major Damage ramping up the top of 101, still firing their axe for no reason. Volcano Alert now throwing 101 and Major Damage up and over. Now 101 can drive both ways up, Major Damage can't. And here is Major Damage once again, ramping up now, another flip, this time 101, while fine, Major Damage is not, and not anymore. They are out the arena. They are gone into the Bronze Rumble. Meanwhile, Volcano Alert trying to deal with 101, who seem to be having drive problems. Is everything okay? Volcano Alert gets away from them, hits the pit release button, probably about to drop them down it, unless they can get in a good attack on... Nope, I think they might have lost CO2 here. So they're gonna ram into the back of 101 to try and get them off. They shouldn't be able to get stuck on that grid, actually, but they have, and all of a sudden, Volcano Alert have as well. Neither one of them have any real traction, no real control. Seats is cold, and I'm being told that we're gonna go to a judge's decision between these two machines. And the judge that made the decision, Volcano Alert more active than 101. Volcano Alert goes through to the Gold Rumble. This is how our 3 Rumbles look. Chaos 2, Volcano Alert, and Wheelie Big Cheese in the gold. 101 will be joining Destructotron and the Steel Avenger in the silver. But first up, Major Damage, Whale, and Jabberwocky, all in the bronze.
Robot ears, stand by.
Our Bronze Rumble with Jabberwocky, Whale, the Libya machine, and the American machine, major damage.
3, 2, 1.
And great to see Whale actually working this time. We didn't get to see much of it. Actually, we didn't see any of it in its preliminary fight. Meanwhile, Jabberwocky trying to get underneath major damage, I think. They're struggling, though. Meanwhile, Whale pushing at the side of major damage. Jabberwocky running away now and getting in a good attack on major damage and throwing them up onto their side. They can keep firing their racks, but it's to no avail, and that is it. That is the end of major damage, unless either Whale or Jabberwocky decides to flip them back onto the wheels. Meanwhile, look at this. Whale pushing and holding Jabberwocky in. And I should point out that, again, they are not allowed to pin them against the wall. That is illegal, and they will be disqualified. You can slam them into the wall all you want, but you cannot pin them. You cannot hold them against the wall. That is against the rules. You will be disqualified. And now an attack. And over goes Whale. They're up and over. And I'm wondering if Whale lost power there, because they were well on top holding Jabberwocky, and all of a sudden a huge power spurt came from Jabberwocky and throws Whale into the wall. And now Jabberwocky about to dispatch the Yanks. Down goes major damage into the pit of oblivion. And Jabberwocky, almost like they want this badly. They want to redeem their quick defeat against Chaos 2. Now trying to throw out Whale. I mean, the problem Jabberwocky has is the angle and the way the machine is designed, but there's a good flip. Out goes Whale out of the arena, and now Jabberwocky slams into the pit. Brilliant! Well, I don't see why not. But well done to Jabberwocky. They go through to the Death or Glory. Commiserations to both major damage and Whale. Better luck next time. And I do hope we see Whale and major damage back again. But right now, Jabberwocky, they're through to the Death or Glory. Next up, the Silver Rumble, Destructotron, the Steel Avenger, and the cheapest machine in the competition, 101.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Silver Rumble with Destructotron on with every weapon under the sun, the Steel Avenger with the axe, and 101 with the CO2 powered spike.
3, 2, 1.
Be interesting to see how this one goes. 101 definitely moving. Steel Avenger crashing into the arena wall. That's not intelligent. Now Destructotron coming in with their axe and trying to do damage to 101, and they know that the weakness to 101 is the exposed tracks. If Destructotron can do some damage to them, which they're trying to do now by bringing in the circular saw, 101 pushing at Steel Avenger. Steel Avenger, I think, trying to bring their axe into play. And now Steel Avenger takes the brunt of Destructotron's circular saw, almost going up and over there as well. Now Destructotron back on the attack on 101. Steel Avenger trying to push away at 101. Are they trying to get their axe into play? 101 able to counter that. Destructotron being very aggressive. Don't forget, Destructotron did very well in the first World Championships, making it to the semi-finals. Again, bringing the axe down on 101. Now on the Steel Avenger. The Steel Avenger is quite shiny, aren't they? They are also up and over. Joint by 101 and Destructotron. Good combo there. And now Steel Avenger trying to right themselves, and do so now as Destructotron lands yet another axe blow on 101. So far, this is, I want to say, evenly matched. 101 now again pushing at the Steel Avenger, who haven't really brought their axe into play other than to right themselves. Destructotron now coming in with the circular saw on 101, who still pushes at the Steel Avenger. Destructotron now attacking the Steel Avenger with the circular saw. It's all even Stevens. Both machines, all three of the machines, still very much mobile. And now the circular saw can really do some damage to the Steel Avenger. But is it really doing any damage? Who knows? 101. I think they're trying to do some damage as well. I don't think they're really doing anything. I don't think the spikes come into play. Steel Avenger still trying to get their axe into play, but they're not able to. Destructotron, for me, quite impressive in this fight. Very aggressive, doing damage. And again, coming in on the top of the Steel Avenger, who now go up and over, and Destructotron nearly went up and over themselves. Now, and again, nearly went up and over there. Steel Avenger, again, not able to get their axe in on 101. They could have done that. They could have got it in there, but they didn't. Now Destructotron hits the pit release button. 101 still pushing away at the Steel Avenger. Destructotron still firing their axe. I think Destructotron's the only one with weaponry that's actually landing. Again, lands another blow on the Steel Avenger. Now, the Steel Avenger at the backside of 101. Now at the side, 101 underneath Destructotron. Again, it's all back and forth this. It's a very close contest as well. So, who would your money be on if this goes to the judges, who will be marking on style, control, damage, and aggression? Right now, Destructotron pushing away at 101, who pushes away at the Steel Avenger. This is very even Steven so far. Right now, 101 and the Steel Avenger very close to the pit. They're all very close to the pit. But now the Steel Avenger, down they go. That's it for the Steel Avenger. They're in the pit. And now 101 is stuck on the edge of it. And fallen. Now they're on top of it. Oh! What happened there? Look at this. It's as if the Steel Avenger reverses. Down comes the axe. And all of a sudden, 101 under the Steel Avenger come out. Interesting, as Steel Avenger collides with the Angle Grinder now at the wall. Now again into 101. Oh! And down into the pit again goes the Steel Avenger. They're not coming out this time. They're definitely trying though. Meanwhile, 101 stuck on the edge of the pit again. Pushed there by Destructotron. This is good driving. And this is gonna go to the judges. 10 seconds left. So this will go to the judges, I feel, on style, control, damage, and aggression. Who's won out of Destructotron and 101? This is a very close fight, that. And Destructotron nearly ended up in the pit, but it's gone to the judges. So, let's see if we can't gather some clues. Destructotron, very aggressive, firing their axe on 101, then the blade comes in on the Steel Avenger. 101 pushed the Steel Avenger into this. That's good control there from 101. Good damage work by Destructotron. Again, they both sort of work together to get the Steel Avenger up and over. So again, control. And then 101 pushes at Destructotron. Pushes again at the Steel Avenger. So 101 were aggressive, but Destructotron very damaging. Again, they were the only ones that really got their weapon into play. They nearly went up and over there. The Steel Avenger did, and they nearly went up there again. But throughout this, it's almost as if it was mostly Destructotron's fight. 101 getting a push in on Destructotron and getting a push in on the Steel Avenger, pushing them into the blade of Destructotron, which I think just helps Destructotron more here. 101 pushes Steel Avenger into the pit, but they drove themselves onto the edge, and Destructotron led them further onto it, which was good control and drive there from Destructotron, but then somehow they came out. And then Destructotron nudges 101 back towards the pit. Steel Avenger down the pit again. You know what? Based on all this, I'd have to go for Destructotron. Mostly on aggression and definitely damage. And the judges appear to agree with me. Destructotron, more aggressive and more damage than 101. They were aggressive as well, but not as aggressive as Destructotron or as damaging. Destructotron through to the Death or Glory. And now for the Gold Rumble with 4th seeds Chaos 2, the newcomers Wheelie Big Cheese, and the 21st seeds Volcano Alert. An all flipper affair.
Robot ears, stand by.
Here we go with the Gold Rumble with Chaos 2, Wheelie Big Cheese, and Volcano Alert.
2, 1.
Who will have the better weapon? Well, both Wheelie Big Cheese and Volcano Alert have thrown themselves over. Volcano Alert, though, have truly thrown themselves over, though. And Chaos 2 will now take advantage. But Wheelie Big Cheese takes advantage by getting at the side. Now the flipper of Volcano Alert seems stuck up. Wheelie Big Cheese throwing themselves up and over for some reason. There's nothing on you, mate. Volcano Alert still trying to show that they are here. Chaos 2 gets a flip on Wheelie Big Cheese. They self-right. Now, Wheelie Big Cheese underneath Chaos 2. And they don't capitalize on that. That will be telling. Chaos 2, however, trying to get underneath the side of Volcano Alert. Wheelie Big Cheese getting underneath Volcano Alert and throwing them up and over. And I don't think Volcano Alert can really right themselves. Now, the question is, Chaos 2 throwing Wheelie Big Cheese. Wheelie Big Cheese throwing Wheelie Big Cheese. Chaos 2, out goes Volcano Alert. They're into the Death or Glory. So now it's just Chaos 2 and Wheelie Big Cheese. And so far, I've got to say, it feels more like Chaos 2's more on top. They've been throwing in the flips. They've been throwing in the attacks. Wheelie Big Cheese has been getting underneath Chaos 2. The high ground claims of Chaos 2 quite exploitative. But Wheelie Big Cheese has not capitalized on it. They have not been firing their weapon, and that is very telling. So now Chaos 2 up and over, but not from a flip, but from a little topple. Chaos 2 rights themselves. Underneath Wheelie Big Cheese again and again. Almost had them out. Wheelie Big Cheese. It's a strange design, Wheelie Big Cheese, as well. Very difficult to throw out, like quite a few machines in this competition. Wheelie Big Cheese once again underneath Chaos 2, throws them up and over, as well as themselves. They both right themselves. Chaos 2 pushing away at Wheelie Big Cheese once again. I wonder, will Chaos 2 discover the fact that because of the design and the shape of Wheelie Big Cheese, that throwing them out the arena is going to be almost impossible? The only way they could do it is if they attack them from the backside, a rear assault, and got them out of the arena, since most of the weight is at the back. Wheelie Big Cheese still pursuing Chaos 2. Chaos 2 trying to be very careful. The pit finally descends. Chaos 2 seems to have realized this. Now, Wheelie Big Cheese needs to be careful. They are stuck up and over. And Chaos 2 nearly had Wheelie Big Cheese flipped into the pit there. And now Wheelie Big Cheese to come around and throw themselves into the pit. And that's Wheelie Big Cheese into the Death or Glory with Chaos 2 through to the heat. Final, a well-fought fight. And Chaos 2, the 4th seeds, go through. Meanwhile, Wheelie Big Cheese and Volcano Alert will have to head down to the pits and prep themselves for the last chance saloon, the Death or Glory, against Gold Rumble winner Jabberwocky and Silver winner Destructotron. This is going to be very interesting, and I feel like Destructotron is going to be a bit outmatched here.
Robot ears, stand by.
Here we go, the Death or Glory with Jabberwocky, Destructotron, Wheelie Big Cheese, and the flipper of Volcano Alert.
3, 2, 1.
Who will come out on top? Well, Volcano Alert's throwing themselves up and over immediately right from the start again. So I don't think they'll have to do anything. Wheelie Big Cheese throwing Destructotron and Jabberwocky over. Destructotron lands upright, Jabberwocky up and over. Now Destructotron, Wheelie Big Cheese dancing around each other, having a merry dance. Jabberwocky wondering, should I come in on the attack on the now counted out and immobilized Volcano Alert? Who knows? And they've chosen to. The flipper's gone up. I don't know why. It's gone again. And now on the side goes Wheelie Big Cheese trying to drive Volcano Alert. Now righted. Destructotron. Is there anything they can do? There's the blade of Jabberwocky doing nothing, but the flipper does, and it throws Destructotron up and over. And now Wheelie Big Cheese on the attack on Jabberwocky. Volcano Alert on the attack on Destructotron, I think. Why isn't Wheelie Big Cheese firing that flipper? Now they fire the flipper at the wrong moment. They had Jabberwocky on their weapon. They could have thrown them up and over and out the arena, but they chose not to. Destructotron now being counted out. And this will be the end for Destructotron. Volcano Alert flung up and over again. Doesn't matter what happens to them though. They are already out of it. They're immobilized and out. They've been counted out already. And Destructotron, they have two. Jabberwocky throwing Volcano Alert and Wheelie Big Cheese, I should say. Sorry. Trying to throw them out. I don't think you can at the same time. Wheelie Big Cheese. Now trying to do some... Are they trying to get a good angle on Jabberwocky? I don't know. They've fired their weapon again at the wrong moment. Jabberwocky seems stuck on their back. Righted now. Volcano Alert. Has something happened to Volcano Alert? I think the battery has gone. And up and over goes Volcano Alert once again. There's no life in Volcano Alert. There on the bit of oblivion. Wheelie Big Cheese throws Destructotron onto the floor flipper. Destructotron now on their rear circular saw. Is Wheelie Big Cheese throwing over Volcano Alert. Destructotron still stuck in the backside, flailing their axe, trying to somehow right themselves. I don't think they can, sadly. It is a bit of a shame, but well, that's Robot Wars for you. But credit to Destructotron for getting this far. And now they're righted finally by Wheelie Big Cheese, who now throws him into the air again. Meanwhile, Jabberwocky places Volcano Alert on the pit and ascends it with them going down. And now Jabberwocky to deal with Wheelie Big Cheese and the already counted out Destructotron throws them onto their back again. Meanwhile, Wheelie Big Cheese, they seem to be stuck on their side here actually, trying to right themselves somehow. I don't think they can. Can Jabberwocky get the flipper to knock out Wheelie Big Cheese? I don't think so. And now it's Wheelie Big Cheese who are in trouble, being counted out. Ooh. And they've just gone away from the countouts. They are still able to move, but I'm wondering if it's free. Oh, they've freed themselves now. Oh, just in time too. They nearly got counted out. Meanwhile, Jabberwocky on the attack. Well, down to the pit goes Wheelie Big Cheese to join Volcano Alert. They won't be going through to fight Chaos 2. Destructotron still trying to do some damage to Jabberwocky, though there's no real point though, because Destructotron already counted out and immobilized right from very early on in the fight actually, so this will be Jabberwocky's fight to win, as they'll be progressing through to the Heat final to join Chaos 2 and hopefully give them a better fight than in the earlier preliminary stage against Destructotron. And Jabberwocky proving just how strong they truly are and throwing Destructotron up and over once again. And there's the Pit of Oblivion. Into the pits. They're gone officially. Jabberwocky through to the Heat final. A long, hard fight, but they're through. Destructotron, Volcano Alert, Wheelie Big Cheese. They're going home. This is the Heat 11 Heat final. Chaos 2, scene number 4, against the newcomers, Jabberwocky, who desperately want to prove themselves to Chaos 2. This is going to be one Heat final, hopefully.
Robot ears, stand by.
Here we go, the Heat final with the 4th seed Chaos 2 against the newcomers, Jabberwocky.
3, 2, 1.
Definitely a very unique design. Jabberwocky Chaos 2 has already beaten them before and is throwing them up and over. And Jabberwocky not able to right themselves. And they've fired that flipper again at the wrong time. Chaos 2 takes advantage and throws them up and over. And now up against the wall. And this is the end for Jabberwocky. One final flip. And Jabberwocky is gone out of the competition. And through to the series semifinals goes Chaos 2. Ranked number 4 for the series. Will they make it to the grand finals again? And will they go one step further? They tried their hardest, but to no avail. Chaos 2 makes their way into the semifinals and seems in strong contention to make it far. But until then, take care, and I'll see you next time. Farewell.